In this CAC post-incorporation registration video, I will quickly show you the differences between share transmission, share transfer, and share surrender in CAC post-incorporation application. Now, this explanation is for you if you want to move shares from shareholders of a limited liability company. Maybe you want to remove a shareholder and transfer the share to another shareholder, or maybe you want to move the share from one shareholder to another. As long as you want to work on the share of a company after the company has already been registered, then this video is for you. But before we get started, this quick one. If you want to learn how to do CAC services as a CAC agent and make money from home, I have two trainings that will be of interest to you. The first one will teach you how to run CAC registrations for new businesses on the CAC portal, while the second, which is my brand new course, is even more powerful because it's going to show you how to run all manner of CAC post-incorporation services. You guys have been asking for this. It took me a while, but right now that course is out. If you want to get any of these courses, then you can check the details in the video description. So let's get over to this share allotment video. So if you want to carry out a share capital or shareholder removal or addition or transfer and issues that border around that, this is what you're going to do, okay? So somebody reach out to you and say they want to either change their shareholder or they want to add shareholders and stuff like that. What you want to do is that you want to come to this dashboard. So once you get here, you want to come down here and then you want to look for transmission, transfer, surrender, and new allotment. This is where you go to anytime you are trying to work on anything that has to do with shareholders or share capital. So I'm going to click on that and then it's going to bring me up here. I'm just going to close this. All right, so here, come to start transmission, transfer, surrender, or new allotment filing. Click on that. Once you do that, it's going to bring you up to this point. Now, as you can see here, that the name of this company has been auto-generated as usual. And then you can see that what we have here is a 500,000 total share capital for this particular company. Okay, so now when it comes to transfer of share capital between shareholders, either new or old, what we want to do is that we want to come to this green button that says transfer, transmission, surrender. As you can see, once you hover your mouse on this button, it's going to display these three options for you. So as we have here, we have transmission of shares, we have transfer of share, and we have surrender of share. Now, the one that you're going to be using will depend on what you want to do. Okay, so now the first one we have here is transmission of shares. When do you do transmission of shares? Now, if the owner of that share dies or the owner of that shares go into bankruptcy or file for bankruptcy, or maybe the owner of that share is mentally unstable, when it comes to issues like that, and then the share capital of that company or of that person need to be moved to another person, that is when you carry out transmission of shares. So that means in this case, it is not the owner of the share that wants to do this voluntarily. It probably might be the legal representative or probably the director of the company that just need to do something like that, okay? So when you want to transfer such share, you're going to use the transmission of share. Now, the second one we have is the transfer of shares. And now, when do you use transfer of shares? Now, this one is a voluntary transfer. So let's assume that you want to sell your share capital in a company, or you want to give it out as a gift, or you want to give it out as an exchange, probably for another share capital or something. That is when you use the transfer of shares. So in this case, it is the owner of the share that wants to do a transfer, maybe as a gift or as the person wants to sell the share capital. Okay, in that case, you're going to use transfer of share. And the third one we have is the surrender of shares. Now, you use surrender of shares. You want to transfer this share to another person, or you want to transfer the share back to the company. But in this case, you are not receiving anything in return as a benefit. Okay, you are just not interested in owning the share again, and then you want to transfer the share back to the company. That is when you use surrender of shares. So what that means is that for you to start this process, you must first of all understand the mind of whoever is coming to make a request for this. Okay, that is what is going to inform your decision on which of them you are supposed to go for. And also note that the document that CAC will be requesting for will also depend on the one you have chose from any of these ones. So as you can see here, if you come to requirements here, you can see that we need to present means of identification for whoever it is you are adding as a new shareholder, if that is part of what you want to do. And then the evidence of registration, if it is a foreign company. And then you also need the company resolution letter to be able to complete this process. So if I come here, if I come to transmission of shares, you can see here. Now, if I come to this transmission of share, if I click on the drop down arrow, this you can see here that we only have one shareholder in this company. If this company has more than one shareholder, you're going to see all the names of the shareholders in this drop down button. So you're going to select here and then type of alteration. Okay, you can see here now it's saying new individual shareholder, and then we have existing shareholder. So what this place is saying now is that you want to move this share to a new shareholder. Okay, but if, for example, you want to transfer this share to an existing shareholder, maybe like this company specifically now, it only has a shareholder, and you want to just transfer the share to that same shareholder. So in this case, in this company with just a single shareholder now, I can only use this first option that says a new shareholder. So what it's going to mean is that I'm trying to transfer shares to a new shareholder. So if I click on the individual shareholder, you can see here that I'm transferring from the old shareholder to a new shareholder, and then all I need to do here is just to fill in the details of this person. I'm very sure that we are all used to details like this if you have been doing CAC registration. Okay, but the only place I want to draw your attention to is here. So you can see here that the balance of share left here is still 500,000. Why? Because I've not allotted this share to anybody. So if I come here, sorry, if I want to allot 250,000 to this new person, you can see now that I have added number of shares transmitted. This is 250,000. You can see now that I have 250,000 left. Okay. So if I do this, of course, the reason why this button is not highlighted is because I've not filled this form. So once I fill this form, all I needed to do is just to click on save and continue, and then I'll go to the next stage of this process. Okay, so that is how it works if you're adding a new shareholder. But if it's an existing shareholder, of course, it's going to be simpler. All you need to do is just to go to this number of shares transmitted and just indicate the amount of share that you want to transfer to the existing shareholder, as the case may be. So that is how transmission of share works. Then for transfer of shares, if I click on that again, you're transferring from the existing shareholder. Like I said, if there are more than one shareholder, just pick the right person. Select that, and then for type of alteration. Now you can see in this case, like I said, you are voluntarily transferring this share maybe as a gift, or you are selling it, or as an exchange, like I said. So here, if I'm transferring to a new individual, just like I explained a while ago, you're going to pick this. And the same thing, if you are transferring to an existing shareholder, you're going to pick the second one. Now, this is where transfer of share is specifically different from transmission, because in this case, you can actually sell it as, you can sell it as an asset, and you can give it out as a gift, and you can also exchange it with another, another share. And that's the reason why you are seeing these two options that is saying new corporate shareholder or new foreign corporate shareholder. So if you are doing an exchange, okay, that is where you're going to choose this new shareholder here, as you can see here. And then all you need to now do is to come to this column here, and you're going to fill in the registration number of the company that you're trying to do this exchange with, as you can see here. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm not going to put in a random company here. Okay, so this is the registration number of the company that supposedly I want to do this exchange with. So if I click on search here, it's just going to start looking for the name of the company. As you can see here, it has indicated the company, and all I need to do is just to come here and click on select. And once I click on select, you can see all I need to do here is just to scroll all the way and then fill all of these details that are not yet filled. Most time you can see that most of the details have already been auto-generated for me. So all I need to do here is just to come here and then I'm going to fill in how much I want to transfer. As an exchange, you can see here I can do the same. Once I do so, all I need to do again is just to click on save and continue, and then I move to the next stage. So this is how to carry out a transfer in this particular instance. Okay, so let's go to the last one, which is surrender. Okay, if I'm going to go for surrender, like I said, surrender is also a voluntary return of share, but this time around you are not benefiting anything in return. So I'm just going to click on that again. Okay, so once I click on it, okay, I'm transferring now from me. Now you can see here that in this particular one, it's only highlighting the name of the company. So that means in this case, a shareholder, I want to surrender my share to the company, not to anybody now, not to any private individual. I am releasing the whole of my share, or I'm releasing my share to this company. Okay, so that means I'm not getting anything in return. I'm just surrendering it for whatever reasons. So what I do again is that you just come all the way down here, and again, you want to tell CAC how much you want to surrender to that company. If you're surrendering everything, of course, just type everything. You can see that you have nothing left. And if it is a percentage that you want to surrender, all you need to do is also to indicate how much you are surrendering to the company. Okay, so this is how to carry out surrender. This is the difference that we have between transmissions, transfer, and surrender when it comes to moving your share from one shareholder to the other. Okay, so let me just quickly fill this form and then we're going to see what the next page look like. Alright, so you can see now I have filled this particular form. Now you can see that immediately I fill that form, you can see that the save and continue button is now active. So I'm going to just click on that. Okay, so once I do that, you can see that affiliate has been added successfully. So you can see that if you come down to this point, you can see that I'm transferring this share from this particular shareholder and I'm surrendering it to the company, as you can see here. So that's how to go about that. And again, if I want to delete it or edit it, I can always do that here. So all I need to now do here is just to come to this place and then again, go to fill in your date of resolution. Like I used to say, the date that you decide that you want to carry out this action. And then here you want to fill in the name, maybe the name of the proprietor or the director of the business. And then you want to put in this designation of this person. Okay, once you do that, all you need to do is just to come to save and continue. All right, so once you save and continue, it's going to bring you to this next page, and then you look at everything that you have done. And if you're good and you're satisfied with what you have done, all you need to do is just to click on save and continue. All right, so once you do that, it's going to bring you to the payment page, and then you can see that you're paying 5,000 naira for status report, and you're filing of surrender of share another 5,000. That means you're paying a total of 10,000 naira. And so all you need to do in this case is just to make your payment like you used to do for other kind of payment on CAC portal. And once you're done, it's going to take you to the upload page, and then you're going to see what CAC is requesting that you upload. Like I said, you're uploading the ID of the shareholder that you're doing this particular one for, and also you need to upload your resolution letter or your special resolution, to show that you are the one that certified that this process should be carried out. And once you are done with that, all you need to do is just to go to the submit button, click on the submit, and then once you submit, CAC is going to review, like we know already. If there's any problem with your registration, they're going to query it, and then you just click on the query, fix whatever it is they ask you to fix, and then you will submit again. And if you don't have any query, it's going to be in pending. CAC will review it, and once everything is set, they're going to approve it, and then you can go ahead and download your status report. So this is how to carry out share movements between different shareholders or between a shareholder and a company, depending on the type of share that you want to work on. So this is how to move shares and transfer shares from one shareholder to another on a company that has already been registered. If you have any question, you can still let me know in the comment section. I'll do my best to answer you. And like I said, if you need this course, a full course on how to carry out not just moving of shares, but how to carry out all post-incorporation services on the CAC post-incorporation portal, then click the link in the video description or chat me up and I will be willing to admit you into the class. If you like this video, please give it a like, and if you want to see more videos like this one and you are not yet subscribed to this channel, do so that YouTube will notify you when I publish more videos like this one. Thank you. I'll see you in the next one.